Well, good morning. This is Jonathan Blaze from the National Weather Service in Raleigh with our weekly weather impact briefing for Central North Carolina. I want to wish everybody a happy spring as we had the first day of spring over the weekend, although it didn't feel like it with temperatures below normal yesterday and highs many places just in the lower mid 40s. For a week coming up, we'll see a gradual transition to warmer conditions. But first, we have one more day of chilly weather with high temperatures today, only in the low and mid 50s in many spots. A few places make it up into the upper 50s. But a area of high pressure to our south and west will extend over us tonight. That should promote good radiational cooling conditions and the development of temperatures at or just maybe right around freezing, which could result in some frosty conditions. More on that in just a moment. As we head toward later in the week, that area of high pressure will slip offshore and we'll start generating a south to southwesterly flow of warmer and more mild temperatures, and temperatures will rebound during the week, getting back above normal and entering in the 60s and even some 70s by midweek or so. Meanwhile, this cold front off in the Midwest and extending down into the Central Plains around midweek will shift east by late in the week and should sweep across Central North Carolina on Thursday night or early Friday. We expect a band or a couple areas of showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms with that system as it comes across. Right now the timing on that is getting a little bit faster and looks like it may arrive actually on Thursday night. Still anyways, there should be a period of some wet weather associated with that, but we don't expect it to be too long in duration or too significant in terms of intensity, although it could be a few thunderstorms as well. That front should move offshore on Friday, and we should actually have a nice day on Saturday in between weather systems. The next question mark comes for Easter Sunday or into Monday as this complicated area of low pressure and several frontal systems extending out in the Mississippi River Valley area and Great Lakes begins to transition east. Not a lot of confidence on the timing of those features, with one set of guidance bringing some precipitation in the form of rain into our area for Easter Sunday, especially during the afternoon and nighttime, and other guidance holding that precipitation off for a few days. So still a lot to be determined about the weekend, especially on Easter Sunday. But right now, Saturday looks like the best weather day of the weekend. Looking at low temperatures tonight, here's a map of Central North Carolina with National Weather Service forecast lows shown on them. And we have lows generally in the low and maybe mid 30s predicted overnight tonight. Some of the urban areas may stay a little bit milder and just above freezing, but many of the more rural spots and places that tend to cool more efficiently, don't be surprised if you briefly touch down to 32 degrees for an hour or two toward daybreak tomorrow. This hourly weather graph for the Raleigh-Durham area shows the temperature in red line, and the blue line is actually the wind chill, but the thing to keep an eye on is here for overnight tonight and Tuesday morning, right around here at this 7 a.m. time. You see temperatures gradually fall overnight tonight, and we should be flirting with that lower and mid 30s, those coldest temperatures, for just a couple hours prior to sunrise. Looking at the severe weather potential for this week, right now we don't have any severe weather anticipated as we head into Wednesday, of course, with generally dry weather. The next threat of thunderstorms would be Thursday night and Friday. At this point, the severe weather threat should stay to our west and northwest as the main forcing and strong energy with this system should lift off to our north. But we'll keep an eye on that. There could be a few thunderstorms around Thursday night and early Friday. Right now, we don't expect any widespread or even significant kind of storminess with that weather system. In terms of precipitation potential, no precipitation is expected through Thursday, and the top row of panels shows that here over Central North Carolina we remain dry. For Thursday and Friday, some light precipitation is in the forecast here, generally around 1/4 inch, and this is really associated with the front that comes through Thursday night and early Friday. And then the next panel here is the Saturday and Sunday precipitation forecast, and this is all precipitation that would fall on Sunday if that faster scenario arrives with that weather system on Easter. Right now, this is probably a pessimistic outlook, and our thought is that the amounts would be lighter if they do occur at all on Sunday, although at some point we are likely to see some precipitation late Sunday into Monday. And the 7-day total is just an aggregate of the days as I described them previously. Now looking further ahead, out beyond into the second week of the forecast, we have temperatures that are generally going to average below normal in the central part of the country, with a big trough developing in that part of the world. And across our area, we're kind of in between systems. And the other feature to keep in mind also is that the precipitation is likely to be above normal or near normal over us, as we have the big dip in the jet stream to our west, which should promote an increased chance of rainfall across our area for the second week of our forecast period, which is really the last few days of March and the first few days of April. So looking at the summary highlights and climate for this upcoming period, a frost advisory is in effect for tonight across our area. Again, lows shouldn't get really below freezing in most spots, but we'll touch 32, 33 degrees in many locations, especially those cooler outlying areas. We expect fair weather with moderating temperatures for Tuesday into early Thursday. Next chance of precipitation arrives Thursday night and early Friday as a cold front passes through. Could be a few storms with this system, but right now we don't expect much in terms of impacts. And quiet weather on Saturday, and lots of uncertainty for Easter Sunday with the next weather system approaching from the west and southwest. Right now the thought is that would be very late in the day or on Monday, but still a lot of uncertainty and more details to be resolved with that. And for those of you thinking ahead, sunrise on Easter morning, at least in the Raleigh area, is at 7:07, and you can add just a couple minutes earlier to the east or later in the west of Raleigh to get the local time for your locations. And the outlook in terms of schematics here, in terms of a brief cartoon of the upcoming week. Thursday is the warm weather day with a high of 77, and then again our storm system approaches for Thursday night and Friday with a chance of showers in that area. That is it for our weekly briefing. I'll stick around for just a few minutes in case there are any questions. Otherwise, hope everybody has a great week, and I want to thank you for listening in.